Okay, scratch down to a field of 5. We're getting close to post time here in race 4. It is the Cecil James Stewart Memorial. Family and friends will be trackside with the winner, and there is Dale Spence and Better Be in Love on the screen right now. You're going to get a good look at Better Be in Love scoring down for Spence. They were Spence and Mullen winners in the last one with St. Lad Skip. You got a good shot at doubling up here with Better Be in Love. What a season she is having. What a year she had last year. 8 wins from 24 starts, almost 13,000 made, almost 8,000 made this year. 8 for 15 in the top 3 with 3 wins. How about that win 4 back? 53-4 in preferred 1. Beat some real nice mares like Ace 44 Dome and Ladylike on that day, and then finished a good runner-up to Dreamfair Zenfire in her latest race time, 55-3, 27-4 closing quarter. This is a real nice mare. Scratched down to a field of 5 here, so she moves in to post 5. Small, compact field. I'm not sure what kind of trip Spence is going to work out with her. Maybe take her back and come first up because there is some inside speed. We'll see what he decides to do, but she is definitely the most talented mare in this field and currently 1-9. Another mare that's been racing super this year is the 5, I'll Tell Mima, owned by Scott Dunn of Montague. Colin Johnson, the trainer, and David Dowling going to do the driving. This mare has 13 for 23 in the top 3, closing in on 10,000 this year. A mark of 55-4 taken in Charlottetown. If you look at that start, 2 back, right on the rail, head to front, cut it out, was a winner, 57-4. For Gilberto. Followed that up with a second place and a preferred 2 race in behind Atlantic Star, race timed in 57 flat, 28-1. And she can dust too, because if you look down her lines, she shows second by a neck, 56-1, and then back-to-back third place finishes in 55 and change. So she can really motor as well. I like her for second on my ticket. She is currently 3-1. And for you tractor players, Rock the Baby's a good option as well. She likes the front end. Corey McPherson now gets the rail with the scratch of the 1. If you look down her line, she likes to be up close to the lead. I think she will be there tonight. And if you look 4 back, a winner 56-1 on the front end. So Corey's going to have her revved up and ready to go here as the mares begin to move up in behind the Metro Home Building Center. Starting gate, back over to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Rock the Baby, Southfield Sky, Dolly Sky, I'll Tell Me Ma, Better Be in Love, top of the stretch. It's the Cecil James Stewart Memorial, and it is post time. The rough end pacing in at the rail. Rock the Baby is the first one into the turn. Racing from second, that's Dolly Sky. On the cones third as they race round the turn is Southfield Sky. Coming up fourth between horses, I'll Tell Me Ma. 3 high is the trailer, Better Be in Love, and she is the heavy favorite. Up the backstretch they go, and McPherson has sent Rock the Baby onto the early lead, leading it by 2.5. Dolly Sky is second. They're rolling early here. I'll Tell Me Ma moved into third. Southfield Sky is fourth. Trailing the field, that is Better Be in Love. 28-2, the opening quarter mile. They're strung out as they arrive at the 3/8, led by Rock the Baby. Dolly Sky is right there in the 2-hole. All alone and racing from third, I'll Tell Me Ma. Better Be in Love has a lot of lengths to make up. She's taken over fourth, and now the trailer, that is Southfield Sky. Halfway home in the fourth, rolling along with the lead. That is Rock the Baby, the half in 57 seconds flat. 28-3 3 in the second panel. Up the backstretch they go. It's Rock the Baby, the leader. Dolly Sky is second. I'll Tell Me Ma starting to close in on the leaders third. Better Be in Love has a lot of work to do, and she's running out of time to do it. Trailing the field, Southfield Sky, 3/4 in the books. Rock the Baby there in 1:26 and 1 from the outside. Dolly Sky now to take over. I'll Tell Me Ma is third, and they're homeward bound now. And Dolly Sky is taken over. I'll Tell Me Ma on the outside second. Rock the Baby third. To the wire they come. Dolly Sky, I'll Tell Me Ma might have got there in the final stride. Dolly Sky right alongside. Rock the Baby held third. We've got a win picture, and we've got an excellent trip in the fourth. 1:55.4.
Okay, the 1-9 favorite, Better Be in Love, just didn't have it tonight. Spence took her off the gate, and he seemed to be chasing her there at 3/8. She's just not interested tonight here as the 2 Rock the Baby who had the rail. I thought they'd be aggressive. Corey McPherson used the rail to their advantage. They liked the front end, and she cut it here, 28 and 2, 57 flat to the half, 126 and 1 to the 3/4. Dolly Sky just been an incredible buy and an incredible year here in Summerside in the last 6 starts. Race really well here for Kenny Murphy. Going to reach up in the final strides, but I'll Tell Me Ma right hot on her tail. It's a tight win photo in here between the 4 and 5, and it looks like they got the 5 posted. I'll Tell Me Ma gets up for Dowling. Nice price too, 5-2. Dolly Sky, 23-1, and Rock the Baby, 8-1. This is going to pay a real nice ticket here in the fourth. The Cecil James Stewart Memorial. Family and friends will be trackside in that Windermere Standardbreds winner's circle with the winner.
Well, David Dowling's in the hunt for that win title here in Summerside. He's been chasing Kenny Murphy all season long, and the top 2 jocks here at the track, they land on the line, finishing 1-2 in a very tight win photo. I'll Tell Me Ma in the winner's circle. Bay Pacing Mare 6 by Ameripan Gigolo off the Riverboat Kingdom River Swing, a homebred of Scott Dunn of Montague. Trained by Colin Johnson, driven to victory by David Dowling. Right to her record, 1:55.4. An excellent trip here in the fourth. I'll Tell Me Ma. Down to trackside and the Cecil Stewart Memorial Trackside Cooler presentation on this Tuesday night at Summerside.
The management and staff at Red Shores want your experience to be fun and entertaining. That is why we offer information on how our games work, tips to keep your gambling fun, and available community resources. For more information, please speak to one of our PlayWise advisors or stop by the PlayWise Information Center.
Now the official results in the fourth. Le'Veon Rose was scratched. Rock the Baby third. Southfield Sky fifth. Dolly Sky was second. I'll Tell Me Ma the winner. Better Be in Love fourth. They went 28 and 2, 57. 126 and 1. And the mile 155 and 4. In review, scratch 35214. I'll Tell Me Ma paid $780. The exactor 101.60, triactor $231, and the superfecta paid $39.53. And the second matinee final championship, it's going to be raced right now, and it's listed in your program prior to race number 2. And in that matinee final, Lorne Valley Julian has been scratched.
Class C of the matinee finals on Post Parade. Number 1, Ari's Nancy, owned and driven by Dana Sweet. Number 2 is Scratch. Number 3, Intrepidus, owned by Heather Gamester, the driver Chris McKay. Number 4, Maho Beach, owned by Robert and Jenny Parsons, the driver Kyle DeRoche. And number 5, Who's Your Winner, owned by Dina Clow, the driver Brett Clow.
Okay, C matinee final is on track. Post 1 is RE's Nancy, 13-year-old mare by Astronomical out of the Camistic Dam Kona Queen, driven tonight by Dana Sweet. Dana is also the owner, and Dana Sweet has made several appearances in the matinee finals championship. From post 3, it's Intrepidus, a 9-year-old gelding by Intrepid Sealster out of the Armbro Omaha Dam. Armbro Eva and Chris McKay is going to do the driving. Chris McKay won a division of the matinee finals championship in 2021 with Intrepidus. Heather Gamester is the owner of Intrepidus. Number 4 is Maho Beach, a 4-year-old mare by Sunshine Beach out of the American Ideal Dam, a Maritime. Kyle DeRoche is the driver, and this 4-year-old mare is owned by Robert and Jenny Parsons. And from moving into post 4 with that scratch of the 2 is Who's Your Winner, a 12-year-old gelding by Who's Your Boy out of the Camluck Dam, Daylon Tranquil. And this guy is going to be driven by my cousin Brett Clow. Brett also the owner of Who's Your Winner. Again, moving into post 4 with the 2 scratch, Lauren Valley Julian. Lauren Valley Julian is scratched here in this C matinee final, and they'll be going to post here in a moment. Scratch down to a field of 4 for this Division C matinee final, and those 4 starters are going to roll up in behind this Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Again, it is the Division C matinee final. Let's send it back over to announcer Carson Wilkie.
Going to the gate in the C class of the matinee finals, rail out, Ari's Nancy, Intrepidus, Maho Beach, and Who's Your Winner? Top of the stretch. Here they come. There they go. They're off and pacing. At the rail is Ari's Nancy. From the outside, Maho Beach. And at the rail third is Intrepidus. Then your trailer, Who's Your Winner? They move around the turn. And the leader is Ari's Nancy. Second is Maho Beach. Then third is Intrepidus. Then the trailer, Who's Your Winner? They swing to the backstretch for time 1, led by Ari's Nancy and Dana Sweet. Second is Maho Beach. Racing third is Intrepidus. Then your trailer is Who's Your Winner. They're in straight alignment past the opening quarter, led by Aries Nancy. Second, Maho Beach. Third, Intrepidus. Then the trailer, Who's Your Winner, 31 and 4/5 was the opening quarter. They move around the turn, and the leader is Aries Nancy. Second is Maho Beach. Then third is Intrepidus. Then the trailer is still Who's Your Winner. Down the stretch they come, they're in front of us. First time round, led by Aries Nancy. Second, Maho Beach. Third, Intrepidus. Then the trailer is still Who's Your Winner. They're halfway home, led by Aries Nancy. Second, towards the rail, that is Maho Beach. Third, Intrepidus. The trailer, Who's Your Winner. 104 and flat was the half. They move around the turn, going to the 5/8 pole, and the leader is still Aries Nancy. Second is Maho Beach. Third, Intrepidus, and the trailer is Who's Your Winner. Up the backstretch they go. Second and final time, led by Aries Nancy. Second at the rail, Maho Beach. Third is Intrepidus, and he's going to the outside, and the trailer is Who's Your Winner. Past the 3/4, led by Aries Nancy. Second is Maho Beach. Third is Intrepidus. 3/4 in 1, 36 and 1. They move around the turn for the final time, led by Aries Nancy. At the rail, Maho Beach. Third on the outside, Intrepidus. The trailer, Who's Your Winner. Down the stretch they come. Aries Nancy looking to go all the way. Up the rail, Maho Beach, but not enough. Aries Nancy wins for Dana Sweet. Maho Beach second. Close to third between Who's Your Winner and Intrepidus. Time mile 2:05 and 3.
Great drive here by Dana Sweet aboard RE's Nancy. They head the rail here as we get a look at that universe in slow-mo, and they use it to their advantage in this small, compact field of 4. They cut it out 31 and 4 down to the half. 104, 136 and 1, and that middle half looked like it was going to be the difference maker, and it was, as RE's Nancy hangs on for the nice victory here, closing it out 29 and 2 for the victory. 2:05 and 3 is the mile. Maho Beach up the pass lane does get the deuce, and it's a tight show photo behind. It could be Who's Your Winner in the middle, but we'll wait to see the results of that show photo. But no doubt about the winner. It's RE's Nancy winning Division C matinee final here in Summerside.
Now presenting the C Division champion, RE's Nancy. Pacing Black Mare, 13 years by astronomical. From the Camtastic Dam Kona Queen. Dana Sweet owns, trains, and drives. Dana has made several appearances in the Matinee Finals Championship, and he is now the C Division champion with his own RE's Nancy. She takes them all the way, 2:05 and 3. She'll close it out in 29 and 2. And down at trackside, we have the C Division Championship cooler presentation of the PEI Matinee Finals. We'll have two more finals on Thursday night at Charlottetown.
Here's the rundown from the C Division. Ari's Nancy the winner, Lorne Valley Julian Scratch, Intrepidus third, Maho Beach second, and who's your winner fourth? 31 and 4, 104, 136 and 1, and Talmile 205 and 3.
The fifth race on the track, it's the first of two super high fives on the program. Number one, Miss Contour, is owned by David and Matt Burke of Stratford, Don McNeil Jr., Stanhope, David Dowling, Training and Driving. It's Dally time, too. Gets Jacob Sweet driving for owner-trainer Robert Phillips of Belfast. Good Gracious Eileen 3 is owned by David Fraser of Mount Albion, trained by Greg Weatherby, Corey McPherson driving. Pleasing Pink wears number 4, owned by Tyra Perry of Tignish for trainer-driver Brady Sweet. 5 Private Dancer, Ryan Perot trains and drives for owner Kerry Cormier of York. 6 is Sweet Sylvia, owned by Sylvia Hall Andrews of Nanaimo, British Columbia, trained by Frank Hansen. Kenny Murphy drives. 7 is Bugtown Superstar, owned and trained by Brian Walsh of Albany, Taylor Doyle. 8 is Stealing Bases, owned by Jack Matheson of Charlottetown, trained by Ron Matheson, Jason Hughes. The post-time clock expired here in race number 5. This will be your final call for Par Mutual Wagering on the 5th race, featuring that super high 5. And Kurt, you and I are coming up with our selections in the 5th, thanking Results Marketing and Advertising for their presentation of the Vance Cam. In the 5th, I got to go to the grandstand side and Stealing Bases. And Kurt, when this mare landed on the island, she was real special. She paced in 54 and a piece her first time around, then went 55, and it just seemed to be nothing's going her way ever since. So tonight she lands in Summerside. She's got the grandstand side, but she's got the Blue Knight now to boot, and they're going to like her right now at even money on the toe board. Going to go right to the rail and miss contour for David Dowling, and Dowling put them to sleep at St. John, going for 11,500, and this filly on top at every call for a winner in 209, then gave her some time off, requalified her in 2-1 and a piece for Adam Murner. For show, I like the 6 Sweet Sylvia. For the 4th place finisher, I'm going to go to 3 Good Gracious Eileen, and my super high 5 concludes with the 5 Private Dancer. It's 8-1-6-3-5 from the booth, Kurt, but this one could be a wide open affair.
Yeah, it's setting up to be a wide open affair for sure with stealing bases, as you say, not coming into this race in great form. Like you say, when she landed on PEI, she was racing super. And you can look right down at the bottom of her lines there. Preferred 3, she was 3rd in race time to 55 and 3, but since then she's just continued to tail off. Last week she was power driven by Mark Campbell at this 401 level, and she ended up 4th, closed it out 31. I didn't like that either. But from post 8 here tonight in Summerside, 401s again. We'll see if the Blue Knight can get her to the winner's circle here. I like her on top as well, Vance. I'm going to go with the 6 Sweet Sylvia for 2nd. I like the filly on the rail, Miss Contour, for 3rd. Pleasing Pink for 4th. And the 7 Bugtown Superstar for 5th. So I'm going to go 8-6-1-4-7. But it's a wide open event, Vance. There's a look at our super high 5 tickets. Vance and I, we like the 8, but we cautiously back the 8 in here. I'm going to go 8-6-1-4-7. Vance Cameron, 8-1-6-3-5. Good luck with your selections here in the 5th. The field for the 5th, lining up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's send it back over to track announcer, Vance Cameron.
Miss Contour, it's Dally time. Good Gracious Eileen, Pleasing Pink, Private Dancer, Sweet Sylvia. Bugtown Superstar on the grandstand side, it's stealing bases. 8 across the gate in the 5th, featuring the super high 5. Top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing, Pleasing Pink leaves out. Private Dancer right alongside and up the rail. Miss Contour is the 3rd one into the turn. Coming up 4th is Sweet Sylvia. On the rail 5th is Dally Time. 3 wide at the 8th pole, and here comes Private Dancer in line to Ryan Perot to take over. Pleasing Pink on the outside 2nd. Miss Contour at the rail 3rd. Racing from 4th. That's It's Dally Time. 5th up the rail to Sweet Sylvia. Now in 6th is stealing stealing bases. Good Gracious Eileen 7th, and the trailer, that's Bugtown Superstar. On by the opening quarter, 29 seconds flat opened it up, and there goes the inquiry sign. There is a judge's inquiry underway in the 5th. On the point, Private Dancer is the leader as they come off the turn. Miss Contour races second, Pleasing Pink in third. It's Dally Time is fourth. There goes Stealing Bases on the move in the outside fifth. Sweet Sylvia following her to the outside sixth. Seventh at the rail, Good Gracious Eileen. Bugtown Superstar on the outside the trailer. Into the turn they go. 59 and 1 was the half. 4 in, 4 out. They're over to the 5-8. Private Dancer the leader. Ms. Contour now on the outside up to challenge. On to take over third. That is Stealing Bases. Fourth at the rail is Pleasing Pink. Moving up fifth on the outside is Sweet Sylvia. At the rail it's Dally Time 6. Bugtown Superstar is 7th. And the trailer, Good Gracious Eileen, 130 and 3 over the 3/4. They approach the 7-8. Ms. Contour the leader. Stealing Bases at her wheel. Sweet Sylvia comes up the inside third. And they're homeward bound. Ms. Contour the leader. Sweet Sylvia on the rail. Stealing Bases on the outside. Here's the line. And that Billy will win. Miss Contour to double up Dowling. Stealing Bases second. Third is Sweet Sylvia. Time for the mile in 2:01 flat.
Well, Vance and I had the top three just in a little different order. The 2-year-old filly, Miss Contour, and David Dowling. They're going to fend off the challenge on both sides down the stretch here with the 8 Stealing Bases and Hughes on the outside. Sweet Sylvia down along the rail for Kenny Murphy, but Dowling is going to hold on for the slight victory there. Nice trip, 2:01 off a half of 29 and 1. It's 186.45, the winning super high 5 ticket here in race 5.
The judge's inquiry in race number 5 involves number 2, It's Dally Time, and a possible pylon violation.
So hold on to all tickets here in race 5. We got an ongoing judge's inquiry, but a nice trip from the 2-year-old filly, Miss Contour, 2-year-old filly by Shadow Play. A real good trip for Dowling, an aggressive drive as he pulled pocket out of that 2-hole, and he got it done. Nice trip, 2:01, as she picks up her second lifetime win, and we'll see her in that Woodmere Standard Reds winner circle next.
Miss Contour on her way to the 5th race winner's circle. The bay-pacing filly is the 2-year-old daughter of Shadow Play off the Rock and Roll Hanover Dam, Raquel, owned by David and Matt Burke of Stratford and Don McNeil Jr. of Stanhope. David Dowling training and driving. David has his second winner for the double. The filly gets a new pacing record of 2:01. Miss Contour in the 5th.
And here is a look at the ongoing judge's inquiry here in race 5 with the possible pylon violation on the 2. It's Dally Time and Jacob Sweet. So hold on to all tickets, and if you take a look at your screen right now, you'll see the ongoing judges' inquiry here in the 5th.
Now the results of the 5th race judges' inquiry. Number 2, it's Dally Time. Finished 6th and will be placed 7th for inside 2 consecutive pylons and being lapped on at the finish. Here's the official results in race 5. Miss Contour, the winner. It's Dally Time was 6th place 7th. Good Gracious Eileen was 7th place 6th. Pleasing Pink 4th. Private Dancer 5th. Sweet Sylvia was 3rd. Bugtown Superstar finished 8th. Stealing Bases was 2nd. Fractions went 29, 59 and 1, 130 and 3, and the mile in 2:01. From the top down after the placings, 176, 453, 82. Miss Contour paid 370. Exactor 640, Triactor 2510, and the Super High 5 at 9070.
October's meal and deal special at Red's Gold Cup Lounge on the Redshores Charlottetown Casino floor will be chicken and ribs, fries, and coleslaw. Starts October 7th. The meal is $19.95, and rewards members get $10 back in free play for any slots or table games. Quick look at the selections for the upcoming 6th race. It is the Leon James Stewart Memorial. Family and friends will be trackside with the winner, and the winner looks like it's going to be the 6. It's unanimous. We all like the 6 in here. I'm going to go 652. Backstretch Beat likes 615 as well as Classifier's Choice. They're going to go 615. Post break coming up next.
Tonight's sixth race, the Leon Stewart Memorial. They're on parade. Instant Shadow 1 over the Ultimate Stable and Don Hubbard of Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, trained by Don Hubbard, John Davidson Drive. Catch Me If You Can, number 2, is owned by David and John Sweet of O'Leary, trained by Ralph Sweet, Jason Hughes. 3 is E-Gamer, owned by Garth and Haley Cole of Kensington. Garth is the trainer, Kenny Murphy drives. 4, Arrive Late, is owned by Robin Longiness of Summerside, trained and driven by Taylor Doyle. 5 is Southfield Sandy, owned by Southfield Farms Incorporated, and Gordy McMillan, trained by Keith Campbell. Corey McPherson will do the driving. Zach Conway does the post parade. 6 is Tyler's Beach Boy, owned by Jared Perot of Stratford. Jared does the training. Adam Murner drives. 7 is Silver Hill Buddy, owned by Joanne McRae, David Myers, and Gwyneth McGuirk, trained by David Myers, driven by David Dowling. Down to 4 minutes wagering time on tonight's sixth race. The on-track pick 5 starts on this race. Balance must be in before the start of race number 6, and Kurt Hughes comes back next on race day.
The Home Hardware Maritime Breeders' Stakes 2022 continues on October 20th with the 2- and 3-year-old trotters at the Charlottetown Driving Park. And then on October 23rd, 2-year-old pacers are at SHORES Raceway. Okay, just 2 to go here before race number 6, and there is a look at my top choice on the screen right now. That is Tyler's Beach Boy, claimed for $4,000 2 weeks ago. First start in the Jared Perot stable. Jared is the owner from Stratford, and zoom, right down the road this guy goes. Wins by 11 1/4 lengths, and timed in 1:56 and 2. Closing quarter 29 flat. It's going to be hard to follow up that incredible mile. We'll see if he can do it again tonight. They're bumping him up a class here to the optional 5,000 claimer. He is post 6, but with his great gate speed, Murner in the bike, I think he's going to go right down the road again this week. 1 to 9 currently. Okay, down to a minute to go here, and I like the 5, Southfield Sandy for second on my ticket. Southfield Farms Inc. and Gordon McMillan are the owners. Keith Campbell, the trainer. Last time out, 7th by 10, race time to 58 and 2 for Jason Hughes. Prior to that was a real good second in 58 and 3. That was at the 401 level. Last week was a real tough outing at that winners of 3, not more than 5 races life. And as I say, ended up back 10. Hamac Augustus was real good on that day, 56 and 2. So this Guy was back 10 lengths. Still a nice mile, though, 58 and 2. 3 back, he was 4th and 58 and 1. Still looking for win number 1 this year from 12 starts. Corey McPherson's going to do the driving. As you can see, he's going to pick up the lines right now on the 5 Southfield Sandy. I like this guy for second on my ticket. How about those odds right now? 76 to 1. Wow. Okay, I'm going to round out my tri-actor ticket with the 2 Catch Me If Lou Can. David Sweet of Valeri, John Sweet of Valeri are the owners. Ralph Sweet, the trainer, and Jason Hughes going to do the driving. 4th, 2 back there, cutting out the mile. 2 back, race time to 58 and 3. Closed it out 30 and 4. 3 back, how about that closing quarter? 27 and 4. Nice trip, 57 and 2 in Charlottetown. And so another crack at this 651 level this week. I like Catch Me If Lou Can for third. I'm going to go 652 in here. Horses are rolling up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 6th race. Back over to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Instant Shadow, Catch Me If Lou Can. E-Gamer. Arrived late, Southfield Sandy, Tyler's Beach Boys. Silver Hill Buddy on the gate. Top of the stretch. Sixth race. Leon Stewart Memorial was a great addition in Shed Row number 3, and how we do miss him. And there'll be a trackside presentation. The rough and pacing Instant Shadow leaves out. Tyler's Beach Boy is coming with him on the outside. Third into the turn. Catch Me If Lou Can crossing over 4th is Silver Hill Buddy. E-Gamer in 5th. Then Arrive Late is 6th, trailing the field. Southfield Sandy, battle on here now as they go to the quarter. A little to it and at it and to it up front. And Tyler's Beach Boy clears the lead for Adam Murner. Instant Shadow took him on to the quarter. Third up the rail, that's Catch Me If Lou Can. Silver Hill Buddy with the leaders 4th. Back into 5th is E-Gamer. Then Arrive Late and the trailer. Southfield Sandy, all day sitting up here. Boom! Just like that, 27 and 4 opened it up. The serious leader, that is Tyler's Beach Boy. Second up the rail, Instant Shadow. Catch Me If Lou Can third. Silver Hill Buddy 4th. E-Gamer 5th. On the move 6th. Southfield Sandy underway. Trailing the field, that's Arrive Late. 56 and 4 for an opening half mile. We have incredible fractions as they go by the 5/8 led by Tyler's Beach Boy. Instant Shadow is second. Catch Me If Lou Can coming to the outside third. Moving up 4th is Southfield Sandy. 5th is Silver Hill Buddy. E-Gamer 6th and Arrive Late 7th. They go by 3/4. New leader, Catch Me If Lou Can. Races with the lead. 3/4 in 1. 27 flat and they're homeward bound. Catch Me If Lou Can has driven away from the field. Tyler's Beach Boy is second. Instant Shadow third as they come to the wire next. Catch Me If Lou Can for the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes. Instant Shadow rallied up second. Third, that'll go to Tyler's Beach Boy. 156 and 1.
Well, driver Jason Hughes, he had a front row seat to that boom there at the quarter, 27 and 4, as he watched Tyler's Beach Boy and Instant Shadow battle it out early with Adam Murner getting to the lead there with Tyler's Beach Boy. Big half, though. 56-4, and that's when Catch Me If Luke Can and Jason Hughes, they started edging out to the outside there at 5/8. They made their move down the backside. They clear up to the lead, and they're going to drive off and run off the screen here in the 6th, and they're going to get it done. Nice trip, 156-1. We talked about this guy in the pre-race, and he showed those closing quarter. Nice flash there, 3 back. He closed it out 27-4 on that day, closed it out in 29-1 here tonight. Nice mile, 156-1, and that's a new record for this now 5-year-old gelding by Sweet Lou. Jason Hughes and Catch Me If Lou Can, they win the 6th, and it was the Leon James Stewart Memorial Family and Friends will be in that Woodmere Standardbreds winner's circle with the winner next.
This horse has raced extremely well all season long. To be winless, well, that all comes to an end as the Blue Knight will guide him to a new record on this Tuesday night. That is Catch Me If Lou Can in the 6th race winner's circle. Big Pacing Gelding 5 by Sweet Lou. From the Bettor's Delight Dam, Faster, owned by David and John Sweeteville, Larry Trainber, Ralph Sweet, the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, along for the winning drive, and it's a new record of 156 and a 1/5. Catch Me If Lou Can captures the Leon Stewart Memorial with the trackside cooler presentation. Here's the official results now in race 6. Instant Shadow second. Catch Me If Lou Can, the race winner. E-Gamer was 6th. Arrived late 7th. Southfield Sandy 5th. Tyler's Beach Boy 3rd. Silver Hill Buddy 4th. 27-4. 56-4. 127. And the mile 156-1. From the top 216. 75. 3-4. Catch Me If Lou Can paid $12. The Exactor $231. The Triactor $245. Superfecta $86.08.
October's theme at the top of the park is Fall Harvest, 3-course meal consisting of fall favorites for only $29.95. Okay, there's a look at the picks for the upcoming 7th race. I'm going to go 167 backstretch beat matching strides, and the classifiers choice going a little different. They're going to go 176 here in race 7. Post parade next.
Seventh race enters the track on parade. Nanny Bernice, number 1. Owned and trained by Janice Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick. John Davidson driving. 2 is Elm Grove Nancy, owned and trained by Robert Phillips of Belfast. Adam Werner. Black Electra 3 is owned and trained by Jansen Sweet of Rosebank. Jacob Sweet drives. Brookdale Sienna number 4 is owned by Keith and James Campbell. Keith is the trainer. Jason Hughes. She's a Lover 5 is owned, trained, and driven by Robbie Chappell of Summerside. Top of her trade 6, owned by Matt and David Burke of Stratford. David Dowling training and driving. 7 is Brookdale Maggie, owned by Douglas and Doug Polly of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, Corey McPherson. 2 minutes wagering time on race number 7, just 2 minutes to post time. This is Race Day live from Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Live racing returns here next Wednesday, following the Atlantic Breeders' Crown weekend. Post time next Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Now time for 60 seconds or less with Peter McPhee.
Today it's Corey McPherson in the hot seat. Corey, let's get right to it. What's the one sporting event you'd like to see in person?
Like Calgary Stampede, the bull riding and stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
What is your favorite movie of all time?
Jack Reacher's a pretty good movie.
And what about your favorite actor or actress?
Jason Bateman. I really like his acting.
What's the best series you've watched on Netflix or Crave?
Jason Bateman's Ozark was unbelievable.
Who is your favorite singer or band?
Oh, it's an oldie, I guess. George Strait's pretty good.
What about the top 2 songs on your phone?
Top 2, it'd be a George Strait and probably a Garth Brooks song.
Name the best horse you've ever driven, or one in the top 1 or 2.
The best horse I've ever driven on the pace, Screen Test by far, and on the trot side, Waiting on a Woman. He was a great one.
And would you rather call a race here at Red Shores or guest host as a racing analyst on race day?
I'd love to call a race. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Would you have a signature call?
I'd end up giving a boom just like that, I'd imagine.
Thanks for watching 60 Seconds or Less.
Great to hear from Corey and Peter there in that 60 seconds or less. Well, he's gotten a lot of booms over the years in the driver's seat. He's been on the front in a lot of hot opening quarters. It'd be kind of cool to see him up there in the announcer's booth calling one. I want to tell you about Corey. He's teaming up with Macquarie's Meats in the Drive for Charity, and they are raising money for the Upper Room Food Bank in Metro Home Building Center. They're going to team up with Kenny Arsenault, and they're going to raise money for the Alzheimer's Society of PEI. McCrae Backhoe and Trucking, they're going to team up with Kenny Murphy and raise money for Santa's Angels. And Mike McGuigan's teaming up with Syntrack Print and Graphic Design, and they're going to raise money for the PEI Hospice Foundation. Okay, now back on track we go here for race 7. There's a look at my top choice right now. That is Nanny Bernice and John Davidson. Janice Hubbard is the trainer and owner from St. John, New Brunswick, and they do not get any hotter than this filly by Art Speak. She's reeled off 4 in a row. She's been racing good in New Brunswick. She brought her talents over to Summerside last week, and she wired the field in 57-1, and that is her record. She gets the rail again here tonight. I think it's going to be another carbon copy trip to the winner's circle for this one. Nanny Bernice right now at 1-9. For second on my ticket, I'm going to go with the 6, Top of Her Trade, owned by Matt and David Burke. David Dowling, a winner with the same connections, Miss Contour earlier on the card. David Dowling, the trainer, a winner last time out in 58-1. Got a real good shot in here tonight. Right now, 9-5. I'm going to round my ticket out with the 7, Brookdale Maggie and Corey McPherson. I think they got a shot in here. A nice win last time out, 58-4. Winner by 6 1/4. Post 7 here tonight, 11-1. Filly mares are lining up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 7th race. Let's go back up to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Nanny Bernice, Elm Grove Nancy, Black Electra, Brookdale Sienna. She's a lover, Top of Her Trade. Brookdale Maggie is outside. Top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and facing Black Electra leaves out Nanny Bernice along the rail. Top of Her Trade joins them on the outside as they move into the turn. To get away 4th towards the rail is Elm Grove Nancy. She's a lover in 5th. Then 6 is Brookdale Sienna, and the trailer on the outside is Brookdale Maggie. So on the back stretch they go, the 2-year-old Arch Peak filly, Nanny Bernice, and John Davidson will lead at the quarter. Top of Her Trade tucked away 2nd, Black Electra 3rd. Racing from 4th, that's Elm Grove Nancy. Then in 5th is She's a Lover. 6th on the turn is Brookdale Maggie, and Brookdale Sienna on the outside 7th. 28-3 was the quarter. Off the paddock turn they come, and they straighten down the stretch. They have the half mile in their sights now. Nanny Bernice is the leader on Top of Her Trade. Black Electra is 3rd, Elm Grove Nancy 4th. Moving up 5th, that's Brookdale Sienna. Brookdale Maggie following her 6th, and She's a Lover is trailing to the outside 7th. 59-3 for a half a mile. They got a second quarter breather of 31 seconds. seconds flat. Over to the 5/8. Nanny Bernice leads top of her trade. Dropping off the leaders. Third is Black Electra. Stalling fourth, Brookdale Sienna. Brookdale Maggie out there swinging 3 high fifth. Sixth along the rail, Elm Grove Nancy. She's all over the trailer. They're by 3/4 now. Nanny Bernice continuing to lead. Top of her trade. 3/4 up in 1:29.2. They have an 1/8 of a mile left to go. Nanny Bernice headed on home, and she's opened up the lead late for Johnny D. Second top of her trade. Battle on for third, but it's Nanny Bernice. Give her 5 in a row. She jogs at Summerside for Davidson. Second is top of her trade. We'll need a show photo. Time for the mile. 1:57.4.
Well, John Davidson not going to take any chances in this one. He had the rail in the last race. He ended up electing to sit the 2-hole and kind of get caught in behind the leader this time. And no, sir, he is going to cut it with this 2-year-old filly by Art Speak. And as we all thought, she would cut it here tonight. And nice fractions, 28-3. Nice second quarter breather there, 59-3. 129-2. Nice closing quarter there of 28-2. Nice trip again this week, 157-4, picking up her 5th win in a row. Top of her trade, left off the gate, got that great 2-hole ride for David Dowling. But it's Nanny Bernice and Davidson. They win the 7th, and they'll be back in that Woodmere Standardbreds winner's circle in just a moment.
We have a judge's inquiry now underway in race number 7. It involves the 3, Black Electra, and a possible pylon violation. Well, here's a beauty of a filly by the name of Nanny Bernice. It was real nice to see her come to the island to get herself on some real racetracks, and she shows you she's a real nice filly. Picking up her 5th win on this Tuesday night here in Summerside. Nanny Bernice into the winner's circle. Big pacing filly 2 by Artspeak. From the Camlock Dam, favorite odds, a homebred of Janice Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick. Janice does the training. John Davidson, header on top at every call, winning in 157-4 with that closing panel in 28-2. Nanny Bernice does it again at Summerside. Now the results of the 7th race judges' inquiry. Number 3, Black Electra, finished third and will be placed fourth for inside 2 consecutive pylons and being lapped on at the finish. Now the official results in the 7th, Nanny Bernice the winner, Elm Grove Nancy 5th. Black Electra finished third, place fourth for inside 2 consecutive pylons and being lapped on at the finish. Brookdale Sienna was 7th. She's a Lover 6th. Top of Her Trade was 2nd. Brookdale Maggie finished 4th, was placed 3rd. The fractions went 28 and 3, 59 and 3, 129 and 2, and the mile 157 and 4. In review after the placings, 154, 76, 23. Nanny Bernice paid $230, Exactor $690, Triactor $890, Superfecta $439.
Get the latest edition of the Atlantic Post Calls. Atlantic Post Calls covers harness racing in Atlantic, Canada, and features some great stories from contributors Dr. Don Lang, myself, Rocky Skirman, Shannon Sugar Doyle, and others. And you can pick up your copy of the Atlantic Post Calls right here at Red Shores and other island locations. Okay, race 8 coming on the track next. There's a look at our selections for the upcoming 8th race. 573 for me, backstretch beat, likes 257. Classifier's choice going with a 567. Race 8 will be on the track in just a moment.
Eighth race on parade. Number 1 is Jay's Little Spark, owned by Chris McGinnis of Hampshire, trained by Greg McGinnis, Dale Spence driving. 2 is Elm Grove Penny, owned by Luke Burke of Marshfield, trained by Melissa Reddy, Adam Murner drives. Pickpocket Princess number 3 is owned and trained by Wayne Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick, Jason Hughes. Dusty Lane Zendaya 4 is owned and trained by Alexis Gass of Cornwall, Corey McPherson will drive. Zach Conway is doing the post parade. 5 is Streakazana, owned by Raymond Primo, David Dowling, the trainer driver. Ultimate Flying Nun number 6, owned by the Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, trained by Don Hubbard, Kyle Mason. 7 is Lions Jenny Lee, owned by Chris and Suzanne Davies and Carol Wright, trained by Chris Davies, Kenny Murphy drives. Down to 4 minutes wagering time on tonight's 8th race. For race replays, upcoming promotions, and more, go to Redshores.ca. Another highlight in our drive for charity is next.
Okay, there's a great picture of Kenny Arsenault and Alan McPhee of Metro Home Building Center. Their charity is the Alzheimer Society of PEI. Other drivers and businesses competing and raising money in the drive for charity are Red Shores Racetrack and Casino with Dale Spence. They are teaming up to raise money for the United Way and the PEI Harness Racing Industry Association, and Adam Murner. They are raising money for Joyriders and Daniel R. Ross Limited, and Jason Hughes. They're going to raise money for Camp Genchef and the Andrews Stable of Dundas, Ontario, and Milton PEI, and David Dowling. They're going to team up to raise money for Kids Sport, PEI, and A&M Snow Removal. They're going to team up with Gilles Barrio and raise money for the MS Society. And again, that drive for charity, it'll run to December 4th, just in time for the holidays. And it is the holiday edition of the Drive for Charity. Back on track we go here for race 8, Filly Mare non-winners 1,051 last 5. There's a look at my top choice. That is Streak, Zana, and David Dowling. David's also the trainer, and Raymond Primo of Havre aux Masons, Quebec, is the owner. Back-to-back third place finishes in the last 2 starts. Nice trips too, 57 and 4. 2 back, 58 and 4. Came close on that day for Mark Braley, just missed by a quarter of a length. A real good trip, and that was at this identical level. So I like Streakazana to get it done here in the 8th. Right now, 3-5 on the board. Another good option in here is Lines Jenny Lee. I like this mare, Lines Jenny Lee, owned by Chris Davies, Suzanne Davies, and Carol Wright. Chris is the trainer, and Kenny Murphy doing the driving. Kenny in the seat for the last win at that 11:01 level there, 2 back, wiring the field from the rail, 57 and 1, and then a winner 4 back in 58 down at that 6:01 level. Had to do it the hard way on that night. Going to have to do it the hard way again here tonight from post 7. This is a real nice mare. She's 2 for 12 this year, 6 for 21 last year. She made over 10,000 last year. A little bit of a struggle this year, almost 3,000 made, but she seems to be rounding into form. And so I'm going to put her for part of my ticket here. I like her for second, 10-1 currently. A lot of good options in the exotic plays here in race 8. Elm Grove Penny coming off a win in her latest from post 2 with Adam Murner. Right now 9-5. And my third choice is Pickpocket Princess, owned by Wayne Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick. Jason Hughes going to do the driving tonight for trainer Wayne. This is a 6-year-old mare by Baradero Hanover. Sixth last time out, a first up bid for Corey McPherson, race timed in 57-4. That was at that 15:51 level. Tough trip. A real nice effort, though. And the winner, 4 back in 58 at a similar level in Woodstock. No winners at 9:21. So I like Pickpocket Princess. She doesn't mind doing it the hard way. And Blue Knight, a win here tonight with Catch Me If Blue Can. Could get the double here with the 3 Pickpocket Princess. Nice mare. 7-2. And the mares are lining up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for today's 8th race. Let's send it back over to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Jay's Little Spark, Elm Grove Penny, Pickpocket Princess, Dusty Lane Zendaya, Streakazana, Ultimate Flying Nun, Lions Jenny Lee's on the outside, top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough end facing Pickpocket Princess, Elm Grove Penny, joining them on the outside. Streak is Anna, and Jay's a Little Spark guards the cones into the turn. 4 wide they go in the early going here. They straighten to the back stretch, and Jay's a Little Sparkle on the rail, the leader. Streak is Anna on the outside, up to challenge. Dropping in third is Elm Grove Penny. Pickpocket Princess fourth. Oh, another Tuesday night brouhaha going on at historic Summerside. Wow, what a battle on up front. Jay's a Little Spark taking on Streakazana up at 28 and 1 opening quarter. Third around the turn is Elm Grove Penny. Pickpocket Princess fourth. Then in fifth, that is Dusty Lane Zendaya. At the back in sixth, that is Ultimate Flying Nun. And on the outside, Lions Jenny Lee. So Jay's a Little Spark that demanded the lead for Spence. Now they have to deal with the Blue Knight and Pickpocket Princess coming right at them. Over to the half mile, 57-3. Approaching the 5/8, Jay's a Little Spark from the outside. Pickpocket Princess about to take it away. Dusty Lane Zendaya moving up third. Streakazana's on the rail fourth. Fifth is Elm Grove Penny. Lions Jenny Lee in sixth. Trailing seventh. Ultimate Flying Nun. They go by 3/4. Pickpocket Princess has taken over the lead. Dusty Lane Zendaya up to challenge. 3/4 up in 1:27-3. They turn for home. Pickpocket Princess the leader. Dusty Lane Zendaya the challenger. Jay's a Little Spark third. Elm Grove Penny fourth. They land on the line next. Here is Dusty Lane Zendaya for McPherson. Elm Grove Penny closed in late second. Pickpocket Princess, she's third. The mile in 1:58 flat.
Wow, a little tussle up front early here between Dowling and Spence. Spence wanted the lead with Jay's Little Spark, and he demanded the lead, got the lead, and held on to the lead for a piece down to the half, 57-3. They are big fractions for these mares, and that's when Jason Hughes and Pickpocket Princess pounced on the leader up the backstretch. They're going to clear the one Jay's Little Spark around the last turn, but hot on their heels is the 4. Dusty Lane Zendaya, and then rallying late is Murner and Elm Grove Penny. Wow, what a photo on the line. It looked like Corey on the inside getting it done with Dusty Lane Zendaya. She's a nice hard closing mare as well. She races super every week, and she gets it done at a real nice price here tonight. 9-1. Elm Grove Penny gets the deuce at 8-5. And Pickpocket Princess will finish third at 7-1. Jay's Little Spark still hung around for fourth. Big trip from her here tonight and Spence. But we'll see Dusty Lane, Zendaya, and McPherson back in that Woodmere Standard Reds winner circle in a moment.
Dusty Lane Zendaya moving into the 8th race winner's circle by pacing mare 8 by I'm Canadian Now from the boss of the Beach Dam, the Boss Daughter. Owned and trained by Alexis Gass of Cornwall, Corey McPherson picks up the winning drive. The mare has her 20th lifetime victory. Tonight, 158. Dusty Lane Zendaya in the 8th. Here's the official results now in race 8. Jay's Little Spark 4th. Elm Grove Penny 2nd. Pickpocket Princess 3rd. Dusty Lane Zendaya the race winner. Streaka Zana was 7th. Ultimate Flying Nun 5th. Lions Jenny Lee was 6th. Fractions of 28 and 1. 57 and 3. 127 and 3. And the mile 158. In review 423. 1756. Dusty Lane Zendaya 21.90 to win. The exactor was 87.70. Triactor 408.10. Superfecta 49.74.
Nice try there. 4:08:10 with Dusty Lane Zendaya 9-1. Nice winner there. Congrats if you were able to nail it there in that 8th race. HBI players across the country who played Red Shores, Charlottetown, and Summerside on our signature events received 3% cash back in their accounts in HBI PEI. Players who also qualified for a chance to win a $500 account bonus rebate in Red Shores and HBI will once again launch this promotion Mondays here in Summerside. So watch for details and your chance to opt in at hbibet.com.
Time to check your 50-50 draw tickets tonight, valued at $260. The winning number is 857204. Tonight's 50-50 winning number for $260, 857204. Good luck.
Okay, race 9 coming on the track next. Non-winners at 15.61, last 5. I'm going to go with a 7.42 backstretch B367. Classifier's choice also likes 7. They're going to go 7.65. Post break coming up in just a moment.
Now the 9th race on Post Parade, one Pictonian Storm, won by Tammy Collins of Hazelbrook, trained by Trevor Easter. Damian McClellan drives. Ultimately Handsome 2 is owned by the Ultimate Stable at Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, trained by Don Hubbard. Dale Spence. Flowers on the Beach, number 3, is owned by Jeff Wallace of Elmsdale and Cecil Flowers of St. Louis. Jeff is the trainer. Devin Wallace drives. The Big Chase wears number 4, owned by Ian and Kenneth McKinnon and Sonny McDougall. Corey McPherson, the trainer driver. 5 is Montrose Hope, owned by Harvey Holm of Alberton, trained by Lucy St. Amour. Jason Hughes driving. Hunger Pangs is 6, owned by Suzanne McKeegan of Albert Bridge, Nova Scotia, trained by Blaine McKenna. David Dowling. 7 is Dylan Sam, owned and trained by Alan Gregory of Charlottetown, Kenny Murphy. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on tonight's 9th race. The next Super High 5 comes up in race number 12.
Maritime Breeders, Home Hardware Maritime Breeders Stake. Next up is October 20th, 2 and 3-year-old trotters at Red Shores at the CDP, and October 23rd, 2-year-old pacers at SHORES Raceway. Okay, just 2 to go here before race 9. As Vance mentioned, the next Super High 5 comes up in race 12, but the late pick 4 kicks off right here in race 9. We also have Exactors, Super Effective Triactor Wagering, Win Play Show, and that Wild Horses Tag jackpot is $25. My late pick 4 ticket looks like the 7 in here. Dylan Sam, I like the 7 in race 9. Race 10, I'm going to go with the 6. I like Phil Dorleans and the Blue Knight to get the job done in race 10. Race 11, I'm going to go with the 6 as well, Screen Test and McPherson. And then I'm going to close out my pick 4 with the 8, Coast to Coast Shark and Devin Wallace. Time's running out to get in on the late pick 4 here at Red Shores. And there is a look at my top choice here in race 9. It is Dylan Sam. Kenny Murphy's going to do the driving. The 6-year-old gelding by Sweet Lou. Alan Gregory is the trainer and the owner from Charlottetown. How about that trip last time out here in Summerside? Non-winners at 18.01 last time out. A real good second by quarter length. Race timed in 1:56 and 1. That was this guy's first time on Lasix. So second start on Lasix. I like that angle, and I like the little drop in class to the 1561 last 5 here this week. Post 7, not really a fan of, but I think Dylan Sam can overcome it. He was a good third, 2 back, 55 and 3. So we like him to win it 5-2. Another one with a real good shot in here is the Big Chase. 5-year-old gelding by Western Paradise, owned by Ian McKinnon, Kenneth McKinnon, and Sonny McDougall. Corey McPherson, trainer and driver. How about that win last time out at that 901 level, 57 and 4. Nice trip. Can't really see him on the screen right now. He's in the dark center field, but the Big Chase and McPherson got a real good shot in here, 5-2. And for third on my tri-actor ticket, I'm going to go with Ultimately Handsome. Dale Spence going to do the driving for trainer Don Hubbard. Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn is the owner. How about that win last time out at this identical level right here in Summerside, 57 and 1. It was a first up brush to the front, a winner by a length and a half. Good trip, closed it out 30 flat. Ultimately Handsome got a good shot in here. And nice price if you don't want to play the favorites, 12-1. Horses are lining up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for today's 9th race. Back over to track announcer, Vance Cameron.
Pictonian Storm, Ultimately Handsome, Flowers on the Beach, The Big Chase, Montrose Hope, Hunger Pangs. Dylan Sam is outside. There's 7 of them up on the gate. It's the 9th race, and they're at the top of the stretch. Approaching a start. The rough and pacing. The Big Chase will chase the gate out. On the rail, Pictonian Storm is second. Joining them from the outside, Dylan Sam will be third. In between horses, fourth is Flowers on the Beach to get away fifth. Ultimately Handsome. Then sixth around the turn. That is Montrose Hope. And trailing the field is Hunger Pangs. They're on the back stretch, and they were 3 high on that back stretch. And going on to the lead, Dylan Sam for Kenny Murphy. Oh boy, they can't be going any more than what they're going here. On the point, boom! Just like that, 27-4 opened it up for Dylan Sam. Second is Flowers on the Beach out of the turn. Third, that's the Big Chase, Pictonian Storm. He's in mid-pack fourth. On the move in the outside fifth. Here comes Hunger Pangs underway. Following him on the outside sixth, Montrose Hope. Now trailing the field. That is Ultimately Handsome halfway home in the ninth. And on the point, Dylan Sam. He arrived at the half. Oh, and he got a big-time breather in. 58 and 1 for a half a mile. 30 and 2 in the second quarter. To the backstretch they go. 3/4 pole land. They go there now. Dylan Sam the leader. Here's Hunger Pangs just a knock away on the outside second. In the pocket third is Flowers on the Beach. Fourth on the outside is Montrose Hope. 3/4 in the books. Dylan Sam got him there in 1. 28 and 1. Hunger Pang applies the pressure late. Third up the rail. Flowers on the Beach. Montrose Hope swinging out 3 wide fourth. Way wider fifth. Ultimately Handsome. Set the camera up. Dylan Sam trying to get there. Montrose Hope on the outside. Dylan Sam will win for Kenny Murphy. Montrose Hope second. We'll take a look at a show photo. 157 and 1.
Okay, I like this guy in here tonight, making his second start on the Lasix program. Post 7, Murphy Power drives him to the front. He gets there 27-4 and the leading dash winner here in Summerside. That is why he's the leading dash winner. How about that middle half? Pretty nice minute and change in the middle half. 58-1, 128-1 to the 3/4, and he lets it out a notch with Dylan Sam in the final quarter, closing it out 29 flat for a nice mile, 157-1. How about the trip from Montrose Hope here, closing strong down the lane here for Jason Hughes in the middle of the track. He's going to get the deuce, and then there's going to be a show photo, as Vance mentioned. Could be the far outside with Ultimately Handsome and Spence. But Dylan Sam gets the job done here this week. Second last week, a winner this week. He gets it done in the 9th, and we'll see him in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle next.
Well, the combination of Alan Gregory and Kenny Murphy, they're a lethal combination on this night. They're doubling it up as they go to the winner's circle here in the 9th race. This time it's Dylan Sam taking him there. Bay pacing gelding 6 by Sweet Lou from the McCardle Dam, Frankie's Dream. Owned and trained by Alan Gregory of Charlottetown with that owner and trainer double. Kenny Murphy has the driving double, and the trip was 157-1. Dylan Sam serving doubles in the 9th.
This race replay is brought to you by Symes Horse Transport. Based in Nova Scotia and with over 20 years of experience, Chucky Symes would welcome an opportunity to transport your horses when you need them moved. Operating 2 rigs, Symes Horse Transport offers safe, feasible, and timely trucking in Canada and in the U.S. We also buy and sell horses. To book a stall and to get a quote, call or text 902-664-7086 or email sd.symes@gmail.com. Good luck racing.
Here's the official result in the 9th. Pictonian Storm was 7th. Ultimately Handsome 3rd. Flowers on the Beach 5th. The Big Chase 4th. Montrose Hope was 2nd. Hunger Pangs finished 6th. Dylan Sam, the race winner. 27-4. 58-1. 128-1. And the mile 157-1. In review, 7-3-5, 4-2, 6-1. Dylan Sam paid $680. The exactor 48.30, triactor 317.70, and the superfecta was 81.09. Tonight's winner of the 50-50 draw was Barry McCachran of Summerside. Congratulations.
The Atlantic Classic sale is going to happen this Friday afternoon, October 7th, 2 p.m. as originally scheduled. And to watch the sale online and register to bid, visit liveauctions.tv. And to view all the information on the horses in the sale, visit atlanticclassic.com. That's atlanticclassic.com. And the committee looks forward to welcoming you to the sale as they kick off what will be an exciting weekend of Atlantic Breeders' Crown racing.
JK Express leads the 10th race on parade, owned by James Perot of Stratford. Jared Perot trains out of Murner Drives. Arnold the Paperboy number 2 is owned by Willie McKay of Breadalbin, trained by Bill McKay, David Dowling. Better Than Cash 3, owned, trained, and driven by Amber Campbell of Charlottetown. For JK Cowboy, Dale Spence driving for owner-trainer Greg McGinnis, Tyne Valley. 5 is Slade, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, Wade Myers training and driving. Phil Dolene 6, owned by Ken and Andrew Williams and Lyndon Hardy, Jason Hughes trains and drives. JK's Pilot 7, owned by Hardcore Racing of Belfast, trained by Jeff Holmes, Corey McPherson drives. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on race number 10. The Atlantic Breeders' Crown Banquet Saturday night, presented by the PEI Standardbred Horse Owners Association, is now sold out. Keep in mind the finalists will be presented with their official awards on Championship Sunday.
The 2022 Atlantic Classic Yearling Sale will be held at the Crapo Exhibition Grounds on Friday, October 7th at 2 p.m. Good luck to all the consigners and buyers participating in the Atlantic Classic Sale. The search for your next champion starts here.
Just 2 to go here in race 10, and we are tracking along with the 6 on the screen. That is Phil Dorleans, owned by Kent Williams, Andrew Williams, and Lyndon Hardy. Jason Hughes, the trainer and driver. How about that trip 2 back? Head post 6, just like he does tonight. He was put right on the front end. Raced a real good mile in that day, 27-4, 57-1. and just got a little tired late there. Still paced a real nice mile of 55. And for post 7 last week, this guy has not had luck at the draw in the last 3 weeks. He came first up last week, got a little tired. Still raced time to 58 and won post 6 here again tonight. He's dropping down a couple levels. He had been racing at that 1351 level. Drops down to the 901s here tonight. I'm looking for another trip like he did 2 weeks ago from post 6 where he got to the front. Hopefully he can get a little better fractions this week. And I can see him going right down the road. Phil Dorleans, right now, good price, 9-2. Corey McPherson and JK's Pilot getting all the attention right now at the windows. Owned by Hardcore Racing of Belfast. Jeff Holmes, the trainer, a good second 2 weeks ago, 57-2. Last week, post 7, a big 3-wide blast. Ended up 5th on that day. Tailed off down the lane. Ended up closing it out 30-3. 57-2 was his mile. I like that trip 4 back with Mark Campbell, 57-2, 29-2. And how about the trip 3 back? He had post 7 just as he does tonight. He rallied to be only beaten a length and a quarter for Brady Sweet. Race time 55-2. Big trip 28 flat. Closing quarter. JK's Pilot got a real good shot in here. 4-5. And from JK's Pilot on the outside of the gate, we go to the inside of the gate. We got JK Express. This is another guy that likes. He gives 110% each week, and with the rail, he can get off the gate really well, just as he did last week. He cut it all out and just get collared late, finishing 3rd, race time to 58-4. With the rail here tonight, I know he's jumping up in class, but he can handle it from the rail. I think he can be part of this ticket. 7-1 currently. Horses are rolling up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for today's 10th race. Let's send it back over to track announcer Vance Cameron.
JK Express, Arnold the Paperboy, Better Than Cash, JK Cowboy, Slate, Phil Dorleans, JK's Pilot, top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing JK Express along the rail, leaving out Better Than Cash between horses Arnold the Paperboy and way wide as they go on around the turn, going to that opening 8. That is JK's Pilot as they race on their way to the back stretch, going to the quarter, and hustled up. JK's Pilot will take over the lead. Racing from second along the rail, JK Express, the rolling here, back into 3rd in the early going. That's Arnold the Paperboy. Better Than Cash is 4th. Then in 5th, Phil Dorleans. JK Cowboy is 6th, and trailing the field, that is Slate, 28-2 was the opening quarter. They swing off the paddock turn for the first time, led by JK's Pilot and McPherson. Right there in the 2-hole is JK Express. That large gap back to 3rd where Arnold the Paperboy is. Then in 4th, it's Better Than Cash. Phil Dorleans tipping out 5th. Moving up 6 is Slate. On the rail 7th, JK Cowboy. 56-1 for an opening half mile. Wow, that was 27-4 in the second quarter. Are they serious up front? That's JK's Pilot, the leader. JK Express sticking right with them. Well back to 3rd is Arnold the Paperboy. Swinging out 3 wide. 4th is Phil Dorleans. On the rail, JK Cowboy 5th. Better Than Cash 6th. And Slate 3 high the trailer. 1:25-3 for 3/4. 1/8 of a mile out. JK's Pilot, the leader. JK Express taking a shot at him down the stretch they come. JK's Pilot, wow, he was serious and brought the A game to Summerside. McPherson doubles up. second. That is JK Express. JK Cowboy rallies in for third. Check out the trip. 154.3.
Okay, this guy was bet down to 3-5. The favorite, and Corey McPherson with the favorite. He wanted the front from post 7. He crosses over to the lead, 28-2. I didn't see that coming. A half 56. I didn't see that coming either. Rolling this guy down the road, 125-3. He throws the last quarter at them, 29 flat, 154-3. An incredible mile here tonight in Summerside. JK Express. He raced good here for Murner. He was sitting the 2-hole. Looked like he was looming bold at the top of the stretch, but then tailed off down the lane. Couldn't keep up to the hot JK's pilot here tonight. Big trip. And we'll see him back in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner's circle in just a moment.
Well, I mentioned all season long that trainer Jeff Holmes is putting a banner season together, and the wins continue to come. JK's pilot on his way to the 10th race winner's circle, big pacing gelding 4 by JK End of an Era from the Ponderosa Dam. Ponderosa, owned by Hardcore Racing of Belfast. Trained by Jeff Holmes. Corey McPherson, second winner on the night for the double. An excellent trip by the horse in 154-3. JK's pilot doubles up McPherson in the 10th. Here's the official results now in the 10th. JK Express second. Arnold the Paperboy fourth. Better Than Cash seventh. JK Cowboy third. Slate was fifth. Phil Dorleen sixth. JK's pilot the race winner. 28-2. 56-1. 125-3. The mile in 154-3. From the top, 247, 35, 61. JK's pilot, 340. The exactor, $13. Triactor, $119.60. And the super factor was $38.65.
Red Shores with Park After Dark presents hypnotist Jason Cyrus November 5th, and tickets are available at eastlinkcenter.com. Okay, 7 away from our feature race, race 11 preferred 2, and we have the Vance Camp presented by Results Marketing and Advertising. So we'll be back after the post parade to talk about our top choices here in race 11.
The preferred pacers in tonight's featured 11th race are on the track for the post parade. One is His Boy Elroy, owned by Douglas Pauly of Amherst, Nova Scotia, Gordon McComb of Paris, Ontario, trained by Phil Sizer. Kenny Murphy drives. Heart and Soul 2 is owned by Riley Farms Limited of Summerside, trained by George Riley. Jason Hughes up. No Great Mischief 3, Walter Chevry co-owns Trains and Drives. Co-owners are Brian Thompson and Douglas Olton. For Mantario is owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle. Tonight, Wade Myers. Five is Moonrider, owned by Debbie Elliman of Village Green, trained by Colin Johnson. David Dowling. 6 is Screen Test, owned by the Kick and Horse Stable of York and William Andrew of Calgary, Alberta, trained by Ronnie Gass, driven by Corey McPherson. 7 is Burnout Hanover, owned by the Orwell Bay Stable of Orwell, trained by Jeff Holmes, Brady Sweets above the wheels. Only 2 minutes wagering time on race number 11, and once again, Kurt and you and I have come up with our selections in the Tuesday night featured preferred. We're thanking our friends at Results Marketing and Advertising for their presentation of the Vance Cam. As I was listening to you earlier, Kurt, you were jumping on Screen Test. Well, I'll get on the same bandwagon here in tonight's featured 11th race. I'll use Screen Test on top tonight. Gonna go to the outside in 7, Burnout Hanover. Look for Sweet to be firing him off the wings tonight. I'll look for him to hang around on the end of it. I like 5 Moonrider also to be there. Shows a trip in 54 and 3 his last outing, 27 and change, and he gets back with Dowling. To close out a super effecta, I'm going to go to the Phil Sizer trainee, His Boy Elroy off the rail. From the booth, I like 6, 7, 5, 1. And Kurt, just before we get to your choices, our official timer, Paul McCausland, a little under the weather tonight. First night that he's not been here to time the races at Summerside, so we're hoping for Paul to get back in the saddle and join us a week from Wednesday night back here in the booth on the official timing end of it. Paul McCausland, get well soon. Kurt Hughes, your picks.
Wow, he's an Iron Man, first time missing, so hopefully we can see him back on Wednesday night for sure. We hope you get well soon, Paul. Yeah, my picks, I'm with you, Vance. I like Screen Test. Corey McPherson feeling his oats right now. Coming off that big win there with JK's. The horse from post 7 in the last race, big win, 54 and 3. I think he can go back to back here with Screen Test. This guy, third last week, 54 flat. Second the week prior to that, 54 and 1. So I like him on top of No Great Mischief and Walter Chevry. For second, I'm going to go with the 5 Moon Rider. For third, Vance, but I think we could close our eyes and just pick any 3 on the card. It's a wide open event here in our feature race. There's a look at the hot hands there. Corey McPherson, he's got a real good shot in here with Screen Test. How about that closing quarter 2 weeks ago? 27 and 4. This just been a great old horse for the connections. 9 wins last year, 3 wins, 7 seconds, and 3/3 so far this season. Over 12,000 made. He's got a shot in here. As we mentioned, Corey's got a couple wins. He got a win with JK's Pilot and Dusty Lane Zendaya earlier on the card. So looking for his third win. He's got a real good shot here with Screen Test, 3-2. The odds board is telling the tale here in race 11. Right now, the one, His Boy Elroy, 6-1. Great price on this horse. In his last 4 starts, he's had the rail twice, right down the road. A winner on both tries. Kenny Murphy's got a real live mount here in race 11. Heart and Soul, another nice horse. He reeled off 2 in a row for Jason Hughes. And then the preferred 2 last week, he was 4th. But a real nice horse at 8-1, 5-2 on No Great Mischief, a winner 2 back in 56-1. He had post 6 last time out. Got away 7 by 10, rallied to be only beaten 2 lengths, 55-4. He's got a good shot at 5-2. Manterio, another nice horse, 4th by quarter length, 2 back in 54-1. He's 9-1, 5-2 on Moonrider, Screen Test 8-5, and 9-1 on Burnout Hanover, who was a winner in his latest in 56-1. Wow, what a race this is going to set up to be as they roll up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. It's post time for the 11th. Back over to track announcer Vance Cameron.
And you know what, Kurt? They may be hard pressed to go a trip better than JK's Pilot in 54-3. Nice group of horses. They're preferred. His Boy Elroy, Heart and Soul, No Great Mischief, Manterio, Moonrider, Screen Test, Burnout Hanover, top of the stretch. Now approaching a start. The rough and pacing, His Boy Elroy, the only lever in here. Heart and Soul into the turn second, No Great Mischief dropped in third, away fourth Manterio. Moonrider is fifth, Screen Test and the trailer. Burnout Hanover. How's about preferred pacers in programmed order? A field of 7 as they race the backstretch for the first time. His Boy Elroy for Kenny Murphy by 2. Second is Heart and Soul, No Great Mischief third. That's Manterio fourth. Racing from 5th is Moonrider. Screen Test is 6th. Trailing the field 7th is Burnout Hanover. 28-3 was the opening quarter as they round the paddock turn, moving on by the 3/8 pole, led by His Boy Elroy. Heart and Soul getting the 2-hole ride. Now coming first up on the outside for third. Manterio is underway. No Great Mischief at the rail 4th. Second over 5th is Moonrider. Third over 6th is Screen Test. At the rail, the trailer. That is Burnout Hanover. They're halfway home in the feature in 58-4. Midway into the turn they go, approaching 5/8. His Boy Elroy has not seen a challenger, and they go to 3/4 next. Heart and Soul, the 2-hole ride, No Great Mischief. Now to the outside third. Moving up 4th is Burnout Hanover. Screen Test on the cones, advancing 5th. Racing 6th and 3 high Manterio. Trailing the field, that is Moonrider, the 3/4 28-1, going to the 7/8 now. His Boy Elroy opens by 2. They're giving chase now. Heart and Soul second. No Great Mischief third. Screen Test is 4th. Onto the wire. Here's His Boy Elroy to break that triple up Kenny Murphy in the feature. Burnout Hanover rallies second. Third is No Great Mischief. 156-1.
Okay, I guess everybody looked at the program and saw those 2 wins on the rail in his last 4 from the rail. The other drivers had a look at the program, and they gave the lead and dash winner here in Summerside all the respect. And Kenny Murphy said, I'll take it, and stole this race. Wow, 28-3. How about that second quarter of 30-1, 58-4? Really no movers there until the third quarter, where No Great Mischief made a move there with Walter Chevrolet. But His Boy Elroy, he got it easy here tonight. These guys let him off the hook. They didn't try him off the gate, and Kenny says thank you. He'll take the win, closing it out big last quarter, 27-4. This guy could do this in his sleep. Give him a half of 58-4, and it's lights out. He gets it done, 156-1, and that's this guy's 32nd career victory. And for Kenny Murphy, he pulls 2 ahead in the driver's standings. He now sits at 38 wins, leading David Dowling by 2, as David has 36 wins. We'll see Kenny Murphy and His Boy Elroy back in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle in a moment.
Kenny Murphy picks up his third winner tonight. He captures the feature preferred. His boy Elroy taking him into the 11th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing gelding 10, but Jeremy's Jet off the Life Sign Dam. Impressive Sign, owned by Douglas Pauly of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Gordon McComb of Paris, Ontario. He's trained by Phil Sizer, driven to victory by Kenny Murphy. Every call's a winning one tonight in 1:56-1. His boy Elroy has done it again at Summerside. Now the official results here in the 11th. His boy Elroy, the winner. Heart and Soul, 4th. No Great Mischief, 3rd. Mantario finished 7th with broken equipment. Moonrider was 5th. Screen Test finished 6th. Burnout Hanover was 2nd. 28-3. 58-4. 128-1. And the mile 156-1. In review 143. 7562. His boy Elroy 730. Exactor 300 420. Triactor 365.85. Superfecta 268.73.
Red Hot Trivia at Red Shores Summerside Saturdays in the West End Bar and Grill. The evening is hosted by Will and Tony every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. for Red Hot Trivia, and complete details are at Redshores.ca. Okay, great effort there from his boy Elroy. Nice triactor there, $300 and some. Nice, and congrats if you were able to hit it there in our feature 11th race. Here's a look at our selections for the 12th and final race here tonight in Summerside. I'm going to go with an 8-2-1 backstretch beat, going with an 8-1-6. Classifier's choice is 8-2-6, and we have exactor triactor wagering, and that super high five goes in race 12. Post break coming up next.
On the 12th race post parade, number 1 is Elroy Shiner, owned by Frank Sweet of Knutsford, trained by Jansen Sweet, Jacob Sweet drives. Atkins Hanover 2 is owned by Perry Burke of Gros Isle, Quebec, trained by Trevor Hicken, Amber Campbell. Gascoigne Sunday 3 is owned by Murray McDonald of Belfast, trained by Trevor Easter, Damien McClellan. Gringo Star 4, owned and trained by Ralph Sweet of O'Leary, Jason Hughes drives. 5 is Positive Art, Corey McPherson driving for owner-trainer Bing Easter, O'Leary. 6 is Brookdale Jim, owned by Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, Kenny Murphy drives. Wild River Coyote 7 is owned by Corey and Laura Walsh of Springton, trained by James Barlow, Adam Murner. Coast to Coast Shark 8 is owned by Shirley Wallace of Alberton, trained by Jeff Wallace, Devin Wallace in the sulky. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on race number 12, inside of 3 minutes. Now it's Kurt Hughes. He's next with his Super High 5 ticket. He's a 2-time winner of the Super High 5, and folks, he just missed it here on Sunday, so please pay attention. Here's Kurt Hughes and his Super High 5.
Okay, well, thank you for that introduction, Vance. 2 minutes away here from race 12. Let's take a crack at this Super High 5 here in the finale. I'm going to go with the 8 Coast to Coast Shark on top of my ticket. 9-year-old gelding, my Coast to Coast Yankee. 5-2 on the morning line. He's got a good shot last time at the 1801 level. Finished a real good third, 56-4. Prior to that, 57-4 fourth, and a winner all the way down at the bottom of the lines there, 58-1 from post 7 at the 901 level. So he had to race up at the 1801s for the last 5 starts, dropping back down here to the 1101s. I'm looking for Devin Wallace to come swinging off the gate here from post 8. I hope he can go right down the road here, just as they did at the bottom of the line there. So I like him on top at 8-5. For second, I'm going to go with Atkins Hanover, another horse who loves to leave. Amber Campbell doing the driving here for Trevor Hicken, sitting no worse than 2 pretty well all the way down his card. And so he's going to get a good trip here tonight. Third last time out, 57-4. So I like him for second. Elroy Shiner for third. I'm going to throw in a good trip last time out, third and 58-2. For fourth, I'm going to go with Positive Art and Corey McPherson. This guy's reeled off 3 seconds and a win in his last 4 starts, so he's firing on all cylinders. Positive Art at this 11:01 level, he's been quite comfortable. He's drawn inside, so post 5 here today. So I put him for fourth on my ticket. And for fifth, I'm going to go with the front runner, Gringo Star and the Blue Knight. They'll be busting off the wings as well, and so we'll see how they set up shop on the front or in the 2-hole. Jason can decide what kind of trip he wants to work out. Gringo Star, great off the gate. So I'm going to put him in for fifth. I like an 8-2-1, 5-4. Good luck with your selections. field for the 12th rolling up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. It's post time for race 12. Let's send it back over to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Elroy Shiner, Adkins Hanover, Gascoigne Sunday, Gringo Star Positive Art, Brookdale Jim Wild River Coyote, Coast to Coast Sharks on the grandstand side. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Finale time. The rough and pacing Gringo Star chasing the gate out. Into the turn up the rail to Elroy Shiner. Then third is Atkins Hanover. Dropping in fourth is Positive Art. Moving up fifth, Brookdale Jim. Gascoigne Sunday around the turn six. Then seventh, Coast to Coast Shark and Wild River Coyote will trail the field. Up the backstretch they go, led by the Blue Knight on Gringo Star. Racing second is Elroy Shiner. Third up the rail, Atkins Hanover. In fourth, Positive Art. Brookdale Jim found a friend to drop in fifth, and that friend was Gascoigne Sunday 6. There goes movement from seventh as Coast to Coast Shark goes underway, and Wild River Coyote following to the outside is eight, a solid opener of 28-1. Gringo Star will lead him towards the half mile. Racing second is Elroy Shiner. Here comes Atkins Hanover now first up third. Following to the outside fourth, Positive Art. Brookdale Jim on the cones fifth. Coast to Coast Shark 6. Then it's Gascoigne Sunday and Wild River Coyote 59-3 for a half a mile. A staggering 31-2. Second quarter. Gringo Star taking them on the back stretch. They go to three quarters next. Atkins Hanover on the outside second. Elroy Shiner at the rail third. Positive Art is out there racing fourth. Fifth is Brookdale Jim, and he has nowhere to go. Three quarters in the books. Gringo Star in 28-2. Gringo Star the leader with an eighth of a mile left to go. Atkins Hanover second. Positive Art third. Elroy Shiner fourth. Coast to Coast Shark fifth. They're in a bunch and they're in deep. Stretch now. Set the camera up. Here in the finale. Positive Art, Gringo Star. He might have held on here for the Blue Knight. We'll be looking at multiple pictures to close out a Tuesday in Summerside. Time for the mile in 1:58-1.
We'll have fallen victim to a few slow halves and some training miles over the years with the Blue Knight Hughes. And it looks like this field may have as well here in the finale with Gringo Star. How about that great gate speed that this guy has? He just pounced off the wings. He crossed over Atkins Hanover there in the first turn. I didn't know if he could clear Atkins Hanover because he's a great lever as well, but he did. He got to the front 28-1. Then he backed it up, as Vance mentioned. Nice breather there for this guy. He needed that breather. 59-3, 128-2 to the three quarters. It looks like the five Positive Art and Corey McPherson. He's having a great night in the bike as well, but looks to me like Gringo Star might hang on here at the wire for the win. Wow, that is a tight photo. We'll wait to see the results and see who they pose for the win, but either way, a great trip, great drive by the Blue Knight here with Gringo Star. Corey McPherson, a big night in the office as well. Positive Art race good, and on the far outside, Coast to Coast Shark and Devin Wallace, they close strong for third in there. So we'll wait to see the results of that photo and who they post. And yes, it is for Gringo Star, getting it done at 8-1 for the Blue Knight. And we'll see them back at the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner Circle next.
Trainer Ralph Sweet sent a couple of horses to the gate. He won with both of them, and the Blue Knight supplied the winning drive for both of them. So double uptime here in the finale. Gringo Star hangs on to win. He's at the winner's circle. Bay Pacing Gelding 7 by Western Paradise off the 4-star Shark Dam, solid 4-star. Owned and trained by Ralph Sweet Valeri. The Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, in the driver's seat. 158 and 1. The time for the mile for the horse. That's his 15th lifetime victory. Gringo Star in the nightcap. Now, the official results in the 12th, Elroy Shiner was 8th, Adkins Hanover 5th, Gascoigne Sunday 6th, Gringo Star the winner. Positive Art was 2nd, Brookdale Jim 7th, Wild River Coyote 4th, Coast to Coast Shark 3rd, 28 and 1, 59 and 3, 128 and 2, and the mile in 158 and 1. In review, it's 856. 12743. Gringo Star 1860 to win. The exactor was 8260. Triactor paid the 4-5 all ticket at 136.80. The super high 5, it'll be carried over. And the late daily double paid 42.10, and that completes our live presentation on this night here in Summerside. The par mutual handle $46,332. Ladies and gentlemen, from up top of the Summerside Raceway, thanking you for joining us. This is Vance Cameron, bidding you a safe journey home.